Peace and prosperity to all living beings within range of my divine voice. It is I, Pata. I am here on a beautiful evening, absorbing nature's loving energy. Standing amongst these beautiful trees while they offer me oxygen, while they offer me nourishment. And I give thanks to them. I give thanks to the universe. I give thanks to the Creator. I give thanks to myself for being here and everyone who comes to join us. I love myself. I love you. I love us. I love one unconditionally. Thank you all so much for coming in. And as you come in, please tap the screen, share the live. We're getting right to it. I want to talk today about how we're able to communicate with nature and how there was a point in time where language wasn't even needed to communicate with nature. We hear people having debates about whether or not they should say good morning to one another. I hear it all the time. You should only say grand rising, rich rising. You don't want to cast a spell on yourself. You don't want to put negative energy in the air by saying your morning. Peace and prosperity, everyone coming in. All these different rules and regulations in regards to the things we say. But there was a point in time where we didn't need words at all. Thank you, everyone coming in. I appreciate you. Oh, I just scared away that bat. Dang, that's. I done ran up on this bat's territory and scared him away. Oops. Probably being too loud. They hear differently than we do as humans. Didn't attack though, which meant that it knew that I was here for peace and prosperity. And I am here for peace and prosperity. Hey, neighborhood low, peace and prosperity to you. I am here for peace and prosperity. I am here to connect the same loving energy that it had. It was peacefully enjoying until I came over here being loud. But this energy is necessary for the world to align itself with nature, align itself with peace. There was a point in time where it didn't matter if you said good morning. It was a point in time where it didn't matter if you said rich rising, grand rising. It didn't; those things didn't matter because you was able to communicate with a frequency, an understanding. Just the sound of what we say to each other can change how, no matter what the words come out may seem or sound. A person's energy, no matter what they say or do, can also alter how we feel or respond to them. I'm gonna share out the live real fast. I appreciate everybody coming in. Brother DJ Hawaii, Taurus Gang, good to see you. I gotta share out the live real quick. Thank you so much for coming in, brother. Thank you so much for getting your daily heart me. I appreciate you. We're really just getting started. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. We're really just getting started, but what I'm doing now is sharing out the live. Everyone coming in, get your daily heart me's, tap the screen for us. I appreciate it. And we're talking about frequency and communication, energy. I was using the example just a moment ago because I walked over to this tree where a bat was nesting and I scared the poor bat off. Now, I shouldn't say scared because the bat definitely wasn't threatened by me. You could tell by its response because it didn't attack me. But also, there's a certain communication that happened where it understood I was here for peace and prosperity. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Peace and prosperity, and thank you so much for coming in. Peace and prosperity to you, Jared. Thank y'all so much for being here as well. Thank you everyone for tapping the screen. I am feeling well, a little congested in the nose, so y'all might hear me a little nasally. We love you too, brother. Thank you so much. Y'all might hear me a little nasally, but I had an amazing day. An amazing, wonderful, wonderful day. I hope everyone else had a day as great as mine. If we're all here right now, present and alive, able to experience ourselves, then we should all have something to be grateful for. And I'm grateful to share that with y'all. I'm grateful to share my existence. I'm grateful to share these moments. I'm grateful to come out here and ground for our community. Braveheart, peace and prosperity to you. This the season to be sneezing. I can't claim that though. I don't want to be sneezing, but a sneeze would be good right now. Be Wayne, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you for coming in. But there was a bat in this tree. The camera ain't gonna catch it good, but there was a bat in this tree. I scared it off by mistake. But again, I was saying there was a point in time where we all communicated without words, without modern language, just in the way our energy, our frequency responded to one another, and in the way we put intention into our words. You think about, you look at other animals and the way they communicate with each other. They do not need words to communicate with each other. They barely need sound to communicate with each other. Peace and prosperity to you, Brother Hayes. Thank you so much for being here. Taurus Gang. And they barely need sounds. It's an understanding between them. We see it all the time. I was just watching a video where a bull had used his horn to lift a turtle up off of his back. Turtle was on his back. He was struggling, couldn't flip himself over. Good to see you, brother. Peace and prosperity. Turtle was on his back. The bull came up and immediately knew what to do. Got his horn down there and lifted him up. Somebody was recording, hey, essentially yours. Peace and prosperity to you. Somebody was recording it. Hey, Ari, peace and prosperity to you. Somebody was recording it, and it came through where the bull just kind of looked up after it flipped the turtle over like it knew what it had did. And it appreciated the peace and prosperity, Donnell. Thank you so much, essentially yours. Thank you so much, everybody, for tapping the screen. Ari, I see you tapping the screen, getting the likes. I appreciate y'all. And the bull looks up at the crowd that's recording it, and it almost looked like it smiled or had a reaction to the crowd, like, "Yeah, I did that." You know, it was love. It was like everybody was receiving and applauding the bull for flipping the turtle over. Of course, the turtle was happy, and it's like they didn't need any kind of communication to do that. With domesticated animals, we see it. We see it with nature all the time. Even in the situations where they seem traumatic, there's still a communication. You know, the rabbit may be trying to get away from a wolf or a fox, but there's an understanding. Peace and prosperity, Ellie, my beautiful moderator. Thank you for being here. There's an understanding between them where they know, like, okay, if this rabbit, excuse me, if this fox catches me, it's going to eat me. It's not. There's no if, ands, or buts. You know, but they also like know how to come together with common enemies. Know how to come together and just live and understand the peace and understanding amongst animals, amongst nature, amongst even human beings. What is this? I didn't mean to do that. How did that happen? Ellie, I don't even think I clicked anything. That's crazy. But good to see you. Let me see here. I can't hear anything. Ellie, I don't even know how I turned that on. But let me finish. Let me finish what I was saying. The that turtle flipped over that. Excuse me. That bull flipped over that turtle because they was able to communicate with each other. They were able to communicate with nature the same way the birds. Yeah, I don't know either, DJ Hawaii. I want to at least finish my story before I deal with it. We look at the birds when they migrate. We look at all these different things that happen naturally over time. synchronize with each other, synchronize with the weather. No, I don't. I didn't bring it up in the first place. Let me see. At least I guess I did. I had to have brought it up, but let me see. I see disconnect. I know, right? I don't even know who that. It's wild. Well, let me see. We're gonna figure it out. Bear with us, everyone. We appreciate your patience. We are having technical difficulties right now. Let's see. Peace and prosperity to you, Bag. Good to see you. Bag, you can tell me because you an expert. You're a live expert. Follow Big Bag Baby if y'all haven't already. But you're a live expert. How do I turn this panel off? Thank you so much. How do I turn this panel off, Bag? Like what button or where do I go? Thankfully, I got time today. TikTok wasn't aware of that. They probably thought I was gonna get off live. Go to multi guest, then go to setting. Got it. Bet. Thank you, Bag. Thank you, Bag. Thank you. See, that's why it's so good to have nice, wonderful friends. You know, Bag is an expert enough to be able to explain that to me. Yeah, no, but she's an expert because she's online all the time and she hosts all the time. Like she's an expert. Y'all follow her, by the way. I love you, Bag. Appreciate you. There you go, comment. Y'all, everybody here follow Bag. We love Bag. Appreciate you. All right, let me get back to work. I'm gonna hug this tree to reset myself for all that just took place. Cause my either my phone, my fingers ain't can't be that dirty. I know they not. We gonna hug this tree for a second, and we gonna reset. I appreciate everybody being here. Exactly, exactly. I'm gonna pin that right after. Make sure everybody follow Bag. We love Bag. Appreciate you, Bag. So we're able to communicate with nature the same way, which is the main point I wanted to get to. The same way the birds know when to migrate, the same way animals are able to communicate back and forth with each other. Angelica, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you, Ellie. Hola. Muchas gracias, senorita. We're all able to communicate with nature the same way. We all are the same way. And we have lost traces of that. And I say traces, that's not quite the word I want to use, but what I mean to say is we still communicate with nature. We're just not conscious and intentional with it. Hey, Hershey. Thank you, Angelica. I appreciate the gifts. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We have, so good to see you, Hershey. Thank you. We have the ability to still communicate with nature that same way, to get those same messages, those same downloads, to know when it's time to shift, when it's time to move, when it's time to plant, when it's time to do anything productive. We disconnect ourselves from it. Thank you so much, Bag. We disconnect ourselves from it willingly, which is that's the crazy part is we do it willingly. We disconnect ourselves from it willingly in order to exchange for monetary things, in order to exchange for outside things, just to get to a point of depression or anxiety and need to come back to nature regardless anyway. All our problems, everything we do It always leads back to self and nature some way, somehow. If you have to have any type of help to yourself, you have to have a natural healing option associated to whatever you're doing, where you have to say to yourself, I want to heal, I want to be better, I'm going to put the work and effort towards it. So even if the doctor gives you the medicine and prescribes you what you need, you still have to put that effort towards it. We all have to go back to self. So why would we disconnect from nature, which is always constantly lifting us up, always constantly healing us? Hey, Dizzy, peace and prosperity to you. This tree gives me oxygen whether I ask for it or not. I don't have to ask for the trees to give me oxygen. I don't have to ask for the bees to pollinate plants. I don't have to, because it does it naturally. That's one of the few words that actually does have a decent frequency. What you miss, Angelica? That is one of the words that does actually have a realistic frequency. Natural, nature. They at least came close to that. But I want us to be reminded that we are connected to it all, so that when we are amongst it, when we are near it, we can get the downloads in association to everything that's happening in the world right now. Everything that's happening in the world. Because the planet responds all the time. We had that, I want to say a year ago, where 21 volcanoes erupted all over across the world all at the same time. All at the same time. Now, if that's not a sign of things, what isn't? If that's not communication, what isn't? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all energy. The planet communicating with us constantly. How can we hear it if we're not in touch with nature? How can we hear it if we're not grounded? If we're not at peace with our own selves in the now moment of our energy? If we're full of anxieties and worries, we will block out those messages when we need them most. We can't rely on man to give us those messages alone, especially if we're talking about elected officials or quote unquote people in power or people with influence. A lot of people with influence don't seem to be very influential. Hey, Candy, peace and prosperity to you. Definitely not a positive influence. Most of the time, don't even seem authentic anymore. Thank you for coming in, Veronica. Peace and prosperity to you. A lot of times, they don't seem authentic. They seem programmed. Everybody's got to say what they're told to say. We'll see the same messages over and over again, and they're almost never positive. Shara, peace and prosperity to you. Where is Shara? Where is Shara? We keep hearing these negative things over and over again. We're absorbing negative energy constantly, constantly, in all forms of media. We have to come out, we have to get in nature, we have to ground, we have to release that negativity. And in doing so, we're going to connect to something beautiful. We're going to connect to something within ourselves that reminds us of where we are in the world, how to be grateful for it, to be thankful that we can connect and sharing these moments together. And in this now moment, that togetherness, that allness, that oneness is necessary. Because whatever the planet is rejecting, when we see 21 volcanoes, crazy earthquakes, hurricanes, when we see all these different things happening in the world, if the planet is rejecting something, we need to be on board with whatever the planet is rejecting. Whatever Gaia doesn't like, I don't like. Mwah. Whatever Gaia doesn't like, Whatever these trees don't like, I don't like. Because they the ones that's going to look out for me when no one else will. Nature is going to love me no matter if I don't even love myself. Nature's not going to go against me if I do something wrong, per se, or something that's not beneficial to me. It's going to still give me the oxygen to breathe and the opportunity. That's unconditional love. Why would we separate ourselves from nature if it's unconditional love? Why would we separate ourselves from unconditional love altogether? I'm going to leave it at that for this evening. I love y'all. I appreciate everybody. I will definitely put this replay up on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and tapping the screen. 6,000 likes is amazing. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. I love y'all. Peace and prosperity.